Okay, today we're going to discuss the line of symmetry. This is, I want to do maybe one more math video. I don't know if I'm going to continue with set theory or anything like that or not. I might not. It depends. But I want to do something for students who are not yet in college. We're going to discuss, because, you know, let's face it, you're the future, right? We're going to discuss the line of symmetry, and that's the line of symmetry for ax squared plus bx plus c. That line of symmetry is going to be at x is equal to negative b over 2a. Now, I have the line of symmetry here going through the minimum. But if I were to flip this such that the line of symmetry goes through the maximum, note that the line of symmetry stays the same. So note that x will still be equal to negative b over 2a. It won't change. But we have to prove that x is equal to negative b over 2a. We don't accept anything on the basis of faith, right? Well, over here, I have, at least nothing in math, you know. Over here, in philosophy, we have to sometimes. But over here, I have, well, come to think of it, we do in math have axioms, but we try to get as few of them as possible, okay? In philosophy, it's it's a little different. But all right, moving along. I'm going to define a d such that d is equal to c minus b squared over 4a. Whatever that d is, I can now substitute ax squared plus bx plus c for ax squared plus bx plus b squared over 4a plus d. Simple, right? I'm now going to take the first three terms. I'm going to take ax squared plus bx plus b squared over 4a. I'm going to divide a out of that and have it change the first three terms to this form. A times x squared plus b over ax plus b squared over 4a squared all together plus d. What do I note about x squared plus b over ax plus b squared over 4a squared? That is going to be equivalent to x plus b over 2a squared. Now, we're solving for the minimum. At the minimum, this x plus b over 2a must be 0. Why? Because anything non-zero will be greater than whatever, in other words, if I were to substitute x plus b over 2a for something called m, we'll just call it m, and I have am squared plus d. Well, at minimum, that m would have to be 0, because anything non-zero would be greater than if m were 0. So if m were negative 1, then that would be a times 1 plus d. If m were 5, that'd be a times 25 plus d. But also the same if m were negative 25, right? Pardon me, negative 5. The negative 5 squared would be 25. So a times 0 plus d, that would have to be the minimum. Okay, well, if this is 0, then at minimum, x is equal to negative b over 2a, right? That would define the minimum. So we have now solved in the case for the minimum. In the case for the maximum, obviously, we would have a negative value for a, but this would still have to be 0. So now you have a proof of why the line of symmetry for a quadratic function is at x is equal to negative b over 2a. Thank you.